a lot of balls because Bill Belichick and his young ass girlfriend was literally sitting right there. And he absolutely right. Like that is how young she is. And it's fun. Man, damn, this is crazy. So shout out to Snoop. Anyway, like I said, in other news, we can kind of roll this one right into. We got to get into a little bit of mess for all the women who are already normally supporting and listening. We can get into the mess between Cardi B and Offset, and I'm going to tie this into LiAngelo Ball because I do feel like it's two type of baby fathers out here. It's some that's going to stand no business, and then there's some that's going to fold like a goddamn lawn chair.
No matter how much I hate a bitch, I never laugh when a odd bitch get cheated on. Never. Cause bitch, as soon as you start to giggle, that's when a nigga start embarrassing you right away. I wish y'all bitches died though, but I never laugh when a nigga play with y'all. Never. I actually be feeling for y'all. I get it, ho.
So again, like I said, it's two type of baby dads out here. It's ones like Offset who cannot sit here and stand to see his baby moms move on. He gonna get a tummy ache and everything. And because of course, I mean, sure, for most people, if you really in tune into hip hop culture, you know that Cardi B and Offset have been off and on for the last umpteenth years. And then realistically, more recently, it was a rumor that Cardi B was getting her cheeks clapped by DMV's very own Stefon Diggs. And I'm not going to lie to you, Stefon Diggs. Right now, between you and your brother, y'all may be some of the greatest DMV celebrities of all times when we talk about just sniping down some of the baddies. And Stefon may be a little like Trayvon Diggs kind of moving under the radar with his Jones is not as like name wise. Like I think quality. We talking about quality. I still probably would take Trayvon Diggs' quality of women over Stefon, but name wise, Stefon kind of knocking it out of the park. For the Young Miami and the Cardi B, like that one is super messy, and then two is super A-list when you talking about female rappers. Like you talking about like you talking about top 10 female rappers 5 years ago. You didn't knock down two of them. So shout outs to Stefon Diggs. So again, Stefon Diggs and Cardi B was in New York City at a popular a club night out in New York City that's called Girls Love Karaoke. And Stefon Diggs and Cardi B was like literally face to face having a conversation to each other. And it wasn't one of them Jones like when you in the club and you just trying to whisper in somebody's ear. It's like we making eye contact. Her face is right here with a mic at, and I'm Stefon Diggs. This how close they was talking to each other, and they getting live caught on camera. And then, like I said, it's two type of baby dads. It's some that's gonna keep it P, like LiAngelo Ball, we're going to get to that one in a second. And then there's people like Offset. Offset let that video go viral, and that literally made Offset body jump, his entire soul jump out of his body. His stomach was literally in his feet. He could not stand to see, knowing for a fact that Cardi B didn't. And let's be clear, if I'm Offset, all you got to do, like the same way with Drake, just lay low for a minute, because Stefon Diggs' career is realistically on the decline. Like, I forgot. I was kind of like, damn, watching some of them Houston games, even during Christmas and all. I'm like, damn, does Stefon Diggs even still play for Houston? I don't know. But like I said, wait, all I'm just saying, realistically, yeah, but let's keep it a bean. He already kind of on the fence. He wanted to get a payday. You tell your ACL when you trying to get a payday over contract. We know how. I mean, look at Odell Beckham. We kind of know how that one will go. Yeah. And Stefon Diggs ain't Odell Beckham, so I don't necessarily know how many chances he's gonna get. So if I'm Offset, you could just keep it P, because realistically, right now, Stefon Diggs is going to be. He is the moving on up for Cardi B, because Stefon Diggs is an elite wide receiver. He trying to get him a big payday, but realistically, he may not get it. Who cares? So if I'm Offset, just be quiet. But you seen the video and you get on your Twitter and you allow your emotions to get the best of your Twitter fingers. So he tweeted out and said, don't forget I had you last week. Just real quick for Offset, let me just tell you something. For most people who are single with no kids like myself, when we know that women got a half decent type of co-parents, and not even if they don't got a half decent type of co-parent, it don't matter. Even if they sit here, if you meet a woman and she complain and tell you how much she hate her baby father and tell you how toxic the relationship was and she couldn't wait to get out of it, most people, even women, feel the same way I feel. Oh, y'all still probably get, not saying all the time, but once in a blue moon, you allow them to clap them cheeks. And that's how we think. So for Offset feeling like that's not a flex. And I'm sure Stefon Diggs ain't taking it no type of way, because he probably already in the back of his mind feel like, bro, y'all got 3 brand new kids. I'm sure you still clapping the cheeks. I don't care. Like, that's not a gotcha moment. So when he tweeted that out, like, it was like, all right, bro, nobody who didn't think you probably could still clap the cheeks. Like, y'all got 3 kids, like 3 young kids. Like, none of y'all kids ain't even over 10. So nobody don't believe that you can't sit here and still tap down. Cool. That's cool. Nobody didn't believe it. And then you see him saying, my new girl is better. Even let's just see and say physically if she is. Because like I said, even if you asking me, my personal preference, when I sit here and said Trayvon Diggs, if you asking me Cardi B or Joy Chavez, I'm going Joy over Cardi. Popularity-wise, of course, everybody's going to take Cardi over Joy. But if I'm just talking about just pure natural looks, I'm going Joy over Cardi. If you going off of pure, hell yeah. Off of just pure looks.
Not the body.
Even if you thought, I'm talking about the body too. I'm not talking, we stripping them from the name. If I just bought these two women in here, butterball naked, or just in a bathing suit. If I bought both of them in here in a bathing suit, Joy and versus Cardi B, I'm taking Joy every day over Cardi.
I'm gonna take Cardi.
And then even if you want to go to, okay, let's go to other baby moms. The baby moms he shared with Christian Woods. What's the girl name? Yasmin, whatever. I'm gonna take her over Young Miami. I might be lying. I'm probably take Young Miami over her. But that girl, that Yasmin girl, every time I see a picture of her, I'd be like, I get why niggas won't put no rubber on with her. Like every time I see a picture of her, I'd be like, I get it. I'm not judging you. I wouldn't care who I was Eskimos brothers with. I'm gonna come clean. Every time I see that Yasmin girl come down the Twitter or Instagram timeline, I don't judge none of them for going bareback mountain to her. Cause it's just like, I get it, dog. When it's some women, you get it, and you be like, cool, I wouldn't care if 100 other niggas already shot the club up. I'm gonna go right behind them, and I'm going bareback mountain just right behind everybody else. And I'm just gonna pray behind it. So, like I said, with all that being said, that's Offset. He crashed out over Cardi B. He went out like a cornball Jamal. And my only thing is, if you know you're gonna be that butthurt, bro, just don't cheat and just stay faithful and just move on happy ever after. Like, if you know for a fact that you ain't mature enough to take this L on the chin and move around like a real type of player, then just don't cheat. Love your wife, love the mother of your children, and just keep it P, dog. You know for a fact you're not built like that. You know your chest and your stomach gonna cave in anytime you see her. Because guess what she's never gonna do? She's never, because she know that she got to get the one leg up on you, and she know how social media gonna drag her, so she can't date down. Anytime you see Cardi B or you hear about Cardi B being attached to a man, I'm 100% positive it's going to always be a all-star at whatever sport he plays. It's going to be an NBA All-Star or it's going to be an NFL All-Star. And if it be one of them NBA All-Star players, it's going to hurt even 100 times worse. So you kind of got to be lucky that it's Stefon Diggs and it ain't LaMelo Ball. But again, like I said, moving on real quick before we even get off of Cardi B and Partisan Fontaine put out a new song. I'm not going to lie to you. That song kind of, it's cheeks. I ain't going to hold you. Like Cardi B snapped on that song. Like that Cardi B verse went crazy, but the song is just cheeks. Like that Cardi verse was hard as hell. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like even when that beat switched up and she came in with that little Remy pop, made you look. Whatever. What's that joint? Off the MOP joint. Whatever that little pot she took from Remy Ma off the MOP joint. Like that shit was hard. Like I'm not gonna lie. That was fire, but that song was doo doo, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. And the crazy thing is, and you know what'd be so funny? That I be laughing like when I'm listening to Joe and them and I'm hearing one of them sit here and just use one of my takes. And shout out to Academics real quick. I'm not listening to him saying I'm still Academics. I still can't get you no pass because you went crazy with the little boy shit. But I'm cool. I respect that he played one of my clips on one of his live streams last week. So I do respect him for that. I appreciate that. That was some real nigga shit. So shout out to Academics for that. But going back into just that little part right there, what I was about to say is when I do agree. I mean, well, I already been saying this. Most rappers just got to stop taking breaks. If Cardi B if she stopped spacing these songs out so much, you could put out Bush and nobody would care. No, nobody would care. Like you think it's certain rappers who put out, like perfect example, NBA Youngboy puts out so much music. If I'm a diehard NBA Youngboy fan, I'm going to love every last one of them. But for the fan who's like, let's just say I'm a what do they be calling a casual? I'm a casual NBA Youngboy fan. You put out so much music, I'm never going to know what's bad or what's good. I'm just going to take whatever I'm going to listen to some of the projects, and I'm going to take off what I like. And then I may stumble across a project that I like and be like, oh, cool. But he's the only person that kind of really honestly get it. And that's why he's the biggest rapper of that generation. That generation right under Lil Baby. That's why NBA Youngboy is the biggest, because guess what he do? He put out music like Gucci Mane used to put out music when live mixtape was live mixtape. So many rappers be caught up on the numbers thing is where now people like you sitting here saying, there's a year, this is about a year or a year and a half span of you putting out a song per song. People are going to dissect and judge the hell out of that song. But if you constantly just like, damn, you put out another new project, it's hard for people to judge it because I'm still trying to digest the last project you did. So it's hard for somebody to be like, oh, that new, you rarely, and let's be clear, I'm sure because NBA Youngboy got a cult-like following, it's rare you're going to ever hear people say NBA Youngboy music is trash. But he put out so much music for older people, we don't even know where to start at off to tell you if it's good or it's bad. So you kind of got to respect what the kids say. The kids say it's low, he fired. You got to take it for what it is because he put out so much music. When are you going? You don't even know where to jump into, even try to judge his music. But Cardi B put out music once in a blue moon. You leave too much of a huge gap for me to be able to judge how you put out music. Like, it's just too easy for me to judge it because you ain't put nothing out. You literally giving me 6 months to digest the last song you put out. The last song you put out was what? That Enough or that Bongos? Whatever one of them songs was the last one. You talking about that was during the summertime. It's the wintertime, about to be spring again. You give too much of a break. At least even like for somebody like when we saying with Lotto, at least before she put out her album, her cycle of constantly just, I'm going to be featured on this song, I'm going to be featured on this song. You don't give people no room to sit here and say if anything bad because you constantly just keep putting stuff out. And I think sometimes that's what rappers should do, because that to me, that's the Atlanta formula. Like when Atlanta artists used to put out so much mixtapes, I'm talking about peak live mixtape, like when Future was Future, when Migos was the Migos, Rich Homie was Rich Homie, when Thug was Thug, all of them was putting out so much music. They was only trying to, all I need is one song. As a rapper, all you need is one song. So if I had to put out 16 to get to that one, who cares? If my whole entire mixtape was me, but I put out I'm talking about a banger off of, if that nobody cares about, and I think I don't know, I think the numbers thing again has continuously made rappers put out music at a dumb pace. Like when I say dumb, I mean a slow, stupid pace. Like putting out music slow is the stupidest thing you can do as an artist. Just think about what I'm telling you. When we talk about peak, we talk about peak Rich Homie Quan, peak Migos, peak Future, peak Young. I'm talking about all of these artists at their pure prime time, whenever you feel like these was when their greatest songs, when they was putting out the most music. And they didn't care. All I needed was one song. Think about how big Fight Night was, or what else was on that project? Fight Night was on like, and at that time, I don't even think Fight Night was the biggest song, but it ended up becoming the most commercial song because it ended up getting on the video games and all that other stuff. But at that time, they had like Emmett Smith on there. They had Birds. They had so much music, but they was putting out so much music. All I need is one hit to get off of this project. Same way with Future. Like, you just think about it, like, think about how big March Madness was. But at that time, he put out 3 mixtapes that year. All that one song has changed how people judge him for the rest of his whole life. Like niggas will sit here and argue that March Madness may be one of the top 10 greatest hip hop songs of all times. But in that process, he put out 56 Nights, he put out Beast Mode, and what was it? It was what was the other jump? It was one more, I can't remember what the third one was, but it was Beast Mode, it was 56 Nights, and I'm forgetting whatever the third one was in that process when he would put out all the mixtapes. But that one song changed his life. But listen, if you're a diehard Feature fan, you probably love Beast Mode. You probably feel like that Beast Mode was a better project than 56 Nights, but that one song off of 56 Nights was a career-changing song for him. But that's my point. So many artists now be so, damn, I'm only going to put out a project once in a blue moon. So now what? Now your shooting percentage is going to be just like, it got to be damn near perfect, or if it's not perfect, niggas going to judge the hell out of it. So that would be my only thing to Cardi B is like, bro, tighten it up and just drop that music. But anyway, like I said, moving on to Baby Fathers is kind of